The sun is so fucking bright. I literally feel like Morticia, like Adams, like okay, anyways. So, I'm home alone and it's a long weekend and I have no fucking friends here and I'm literally just alone for the whole weekend. So, why not make this video? I just got my nails done, so I have to. Anyways, so these are just some TV shows that fucking slap. Like, these are creme de la creme, like, such good TV shows that, maybe if you're on a long weekend and you're home alone too, like, just binge watch these because they're just so fucking good that, like, ugh, tears. Anyways, so, my favorite shows are, let's be honest, sitcoms. Not the ones with laugh tracks. Fucking hate those. But just like wholesome, kind of like either workplace or like very family oriented sitcoms. Creme de la creme. So fucking good. Um, yeah. So some good fucking sitcoms. I literally wrote them fucking down. Like that's how fucking good they are. Fresh off the boat. Okay, Fresh off the boat. It's on Disney Plus now. It's it's just good, like especially if you're like Asian or just like Asian American. It just like speaks to your experience of like chasing the American dream. Yeah. So if you never heard about it, it's basically about this Chinese family who moves to Orlando, Florida in pursuit of the American dream. And it's just them kind of just whether like integrating into a new white neighborhood or white school. It features the kids, it features like the parents. Jessica and Louis Huang are a power couple. They are so fucking good. I love them. Jessica's hilarious. She makes the show. I love like all the characters are just add so much, like individually or all together. Like I just love the dynamic and it's just really wholesome and like fucking good. Like it's just so funny. It's placed in like the mid 90s, like 1995. So you kind of get a lot of like throwbacks and like specifically the main son Eddie Huang, like he's, you know, not like other Asian kids, like kind of like he's very into like rap and like the 90s and like hip hop and stuff. So if you like that shit, like you're in for a good ass soundtrack. Like my boyfriend, he fucking I'm pretty sure he only watched the show for the soundtrack. Like we watch it together, but like he also laughs at the jokes and he's white. So yeah, like I hate when like white people think that like just because the whole cast or like the main cast is like, a group like Black Panther or like, like Shang-Chi, they think that like they can't also watch it and it's just like that's so stupid. Like what do you think minorities have been consuming this whole time? Like obviously it's not going to speak to you on like, the level that like it's going to towards like the group. Does that make sense? But yeah, but like obviously it's not going to speak to you to that level, but at the same time it's comedy. Like comedy unites like every single group, all types of people. So it's funny no matter what. Like no matter what, you're going to laugh at Jessica and her fucking craziness and like her borderline tiger mom tendencies. Like it's just so fun and wholesome. And yeah, I love it. Binge it. It's so fucking good. It's so easily bingeable too. Like the jokes age so well. It's so fucking good. Next sitcom is Malcolm in the Middle. So Malcolm in the Middle is definitely an older one. They just added to Disney Plus. Mind fucking blown. But Malcolm in the Middle was my childhood. Like I loved it. I still love it. Like it ages pretty well. Some of the jokes were kind of just like some of the jokes obviously from like early 2000s are like, kind of saucy, but like most of them are pretty fucking like they age really well. Like the part where Reese and the fucking turkey and like the oven mitts, like you cannot tell me that scene isn't fucking hilarious. And also the one where they got like the giant fireworks and it fucking flashes from like day to night and they're all blind at the end. Like hilarious. I love how it's centered around basically this family and they are like kind of like they're a larger family. I think there's four of them, later five, like all boys, in this, kind of suburban area. And I really appreciate how they kind of delve into the fact that they are, lower middle class, borderline, like lower class, so they kind of have to deal with, you know, like situations of poverty and of, you know, people thinking that they are lower than themselves. And I love how it kind of touches on that. It touches really well on the working class and kind of like what, like, just daily shenanigans and stuff. And I just love it. Like, it's just so funny. It's just like so like kind of like 2000-y kind of sitcom. I love like all the kind of like dramatized like moments and stuff. Yeah, it's just like hilarious. I like how every single one of like the boys like kind of adds, like, they each have a very distinct personality and they kind of just add to the show and like their episode in different ways. And they just add so much. Like, so much happens in like one episode, and it's just like a 20-minute like episode, and just so many jokes, so many like camera angles happen, and it's just like really fun. Moving on to the next sitcom, it is Superstore. Superstore's just funny. Superstore is so funny. Superstore kind of confirmed like how much I really love workplace sitcoms. It's literally just about working in basically a Walmart, and you kind of like, it's just fun. It's just kind of like wholesome. The jokes are so fucking funny. Like, find me a compilation of Superstore that's not hilarious. Like, Dina and Sandra, best characters, so fucking funny. I love how awkward Jonah is, like, borderline, like, oh, sir, please stop talking. Like, borderline awkward. Like, it's so fucking funny. I love kind of the found family moments. I also love how they kind of, you know, reference the fact that, like, hey, like, minimum wage isn't fucking enough to survive, and two, like, working at a big corporation for, like, what, 7 years, it fucking sucks. And if you've ever worked in retail, you know the pain of like some of the shenanigans. Like, some of the scenes like with the customers and stuff, it was like too much. Like, I got triggered. I was just like, ooh, I've seen this, I've experienced it. It's just so hilarious. It's very wholesome. It's kind of just, yeah, it's just great. Dina and Sandra, best fucking characters. Will fight you on it. Love it. Okay, next kind of show is Fleabag. Oh my god, the sun's so fucking bright. Yeah, the sun's too bright. Okay, whatever. Anyways, so, Fleabag, Amazon Prime, only 2 seasons. Those 2 seasons are, like, genuinely, like, next level, cinematic, like, masterpiece. Like, Fleabag deserves all the fucking awards. Like, it's just like, it is a comedy, but it's also like more of a comedy drama, where like it kind of just hits on like all different types of like aspects of life, you know. It's just fucking good. Like, everyone there is hilarious. All the jokes hit. Like, if you really like British humor is just so much more different, but it's so fun. When it hits so well. Like, British humor, I feel like, is super like fast paced, so it is kind of just like very like subtly, but it's also like, you know, like the way it's written, like almost the dinner scene is genuinely such like a masterpiece of dialogue. It's just so good. Like, that dinner scene like lives in my head. The ending of season 2, I cried so fucking hard with the priest, with Claire, with Fleabag herself. It's just so fucking good. And if you have not watched Fleabag, like, watch it. It's so good. It's so bingeable. You'll cry, you'll laugh a lot. Like, it's just so fucking good. Love her. Love the executive producer. Love Claire. Claire is so fucking funny. She's just so anal and just such pencil energy. If you get that joke, you get that joke. But like, yeah, she's just amazing. Love all the characters. Next show, Good Girls. Good Girls is such a good fucking show. It just recently ended, but yeah, it's kind of just like a, I wouldn't say it's like thriller, but like kind of like, it's kind of like definitely more on like the drama with like comedy aspects and stuff, but like basically it's about 3 like kind of suburban working mothers, and they decided to rob a grocery store because they need money, like, obviously. So it kind of like, it happens, they rob the store, and then everything just pursues into chaos, like true chaos. But it's so fucking good. It's really funny. I love Ruby and Stan. Like, their whole family and dynamic, it's just so, like, healthy and beautiful and fun. Like, how rare, like, it kind of got me thinking, like, how rare it is to just see, like, a fun, like, healthy black family. And they are that. Like, they're such a power couple. I love them. Love Beth. Love Beth. I love all of her, like, relationships with her sister and with Ruby. Like, I love how all three of them really are just, like, best friends, like, sisters for life. Beth and Rio, creme de la creme of chemistry. Apparently the actors hate each other in real life, and, like, that's kind of what happened in, like, the last season and stuff. But, like, honestly, like, other than that, like, they're just so creme de la creme. I love the little bits of, like, comedy in there, like, the story, the drama, the chemistry. Like, Christina Hendrick is wild. Oh my god, I should add her. I should add fucking, fuck. Oh, fuck, I forgot the name. It was her other show. Fuck. I just watched it too. Anyways, yeah, like, love, so fucking good. Watch Good Girls. Next show is, yeah, so I guess in, like, that kind of, like, Nickelodeon, Disney kind of aspect, Nickelodeon and Disney shows are, like, the shows that I watch if I want laugh tracks. Because some of them, like, some of the jokes don't age that well, like, specifically for, like, Hannah Montana, like, some of them, like, really hit, and then other ones are kind of just like, oh, like, this isn't as funny as it was before, because, you know, it's very based on, like, nostalgia, but also, like, the comedy in that era, like, kind of, like, it's just for kids, you know. But these 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, these, like, 4 shows, like, really, 4 that was 3, these 4 shows really do, like, age really well. Like, the jokes still hit, like, the characters still hit, like, it's just really good. And these 4 shows are Sunny with a Chance, iCarly, Drake and Josh, and Wizards of Waverly Place. Like, those 4 shows, like, I kind of, like, repeatedly, like, rewatch every couple times, and, like, or watch compilations or watch clips, and it's just like, wow, like, the jokes, the flavor, like, it's just so funny. Sunny with a Chance, like, Chad Dylan Cooper. I'm a Chad Dylan Cooper stan. Sterling Knight played him so well. Like, Chad Dylan Cooper is such a fucking Chad, and it's so funny. Like, the way him and Sunny had an enemies to romance in literally 2 seasons. Like, so good. Like, the jokes honestly hit really well. It kind of, you know, gives you, like, I guess the background of, like, Hollywood and stuff, like, obviously in comedy effect. But yeah, like, I found that their relationship and their jokes, like, really do, like, age really well. Chad is hilarious. Like, I've always loved Chad, even as a kid. I didn't think he was hot, because, you know, his fucking stupid hair, his fucking Justin Bieber hair, like, 2011. Yeah, like, I didn't think he was hot, but, like, even back then, I knew he was fucking hilarious, and, like, rewatching it, he's still just as funny. Like, Demi Lovato did such a good show with that. Like, it's just a good fucking show. Like, the jokes still hit. So if you do want to, you know, those little waves of nostalgia and you want to rewatch something Disney, really do recommend Sunny with a Chance. Next 2 Nickelodeon shows, iCarly and Drake and Josh. iCarly basically predicted the internet. Like, it's kind of fucking crazy. That Quentin Reviews guy that, like, watched, what is it, like, 7 hours of iCarly. Go watch him. But, like, yeah, like, Dan Schneider, terrible fucking person, weirdo. Yeah, I don't like what they, like, Jeanette McCurry, she got done dirty. Like, that poor woman. I'm so happy that she's, like, healed and grown from it, and I'm very glad that, like, if she doesn't want to go on the show, like, she doesn't have to go on, like, the reboot show. And I liked how everybody respected her decision, because let's be honest, like, she didn't have a good time at Nickelodeon. She didn't have a good time acting in general. Like, she didn't fucking want to. But iCarly, it really does, like, hit. I love how they predicted kind of the internet. Like, they predicted YouTuber boxing. Who the fuck does that? Apparently iCarly. And they were right. Like, it's just so hilarious, but also kind of, like, you know, meta in a way. But yeah, like, Spencer Shay, best brother, like top 10 best brother, big brothers in like any cinema universe. Like such a good person and such a good brother. Him and Sako were dating. No, I will not take any questions. I will not take any answers. They were dating. Like they just were. Drake and Josh Drake and Josh does like the actual like show and like the comedy really ages well in Drake and Josh. Like I've been like kind of rewatching it and stuff, and I was just like, wow, like I do find myself like really laughing, and it's kind of just like, wow, like they did such a good fucking job at this, especially with Josh Peck, and like just his physical humor was just so fucking excellent, especially in later seasons where you could see that, like, you know, he kind of lost weight and he just became a lot more confident in himself, and that really fucking shows, and it was just so good. Him and Drake in the show like just had such a good dynamic, like genuinely, like they just bounced off each other so fucking well, and like it was just a good show. Like I loved like little weird plots, the part where like Drake was literally like crying and said like, Josh, like, I'm sorry, like, that fucking hit. I remember watching that as a kid and being like, what the fuck, like, why is this hitting so well? And like, because it does. Drake Bell in real life, terrible person, like, we don't talk about him, but like, this show, 10 out of 10, so fucking good, so fucking good. And I guess my last one with like more like laugh tracks and stuff, Wizards of Waverly Place. Selena Gomez did such a good job at this. Like I wish she really did continue acting, because I do think that like, especially like these types of characters, like the lazy kind of sarcastic like things, like she just does it so well. Like she was Alex Russo, like such a good fucking show. It's kind of like, it's very much like a Disney show, like you get those little aspects, but like honestly, like Selena, that was her fucking show, and she did such a good job of it. Like, let's be honest, like we don't get a lot of characters, especially in Disney like channels and stuff, like Disney shows, we don't get a lot of characters like Alex Russo. And that really, like, Selena took that and took it to a whole new level. Like, she was so fucking good with it. I love, you know, all the dynamics with, like, the siblings and the family, and just Alex being herself. Like, she's just so funny. And, you know, plot twist. Imagine Alex Russo and Chad Dylan Cooper in the same room together. Think about that. And your mind will be blown, because it's such a good dynamic. Like, just so many good characters. I love how the cast still likes each other in real life. Like, it's just good. It's just a good show. It ages pretty decently. Some parts, the fashion, let's be honest, Disney fashion does not age well whatsoever. But, like, especially the show, like, what the fuck was Harper wearing? What the fuck was she wearing? But, do you know what? It was camp. She ate. But, like, yeah. Wizards of Waverly Place, if you want, like, you know, a little bit more nostalgia, just watch it. It's pretty funny. Like, it ages decently. Selena is really the main star of the show. Next one, this is kind of like a mumble jumble kind of bitch. Like, some of these are sitcoms, some of these are just, like, reality TV. It's just all over the place. Anyways, so we have Drag Race. I love Drag Race. All-Star 7 just came out. Binged it last night. Like, there is no saying how much I really do love Drag Race. Just watch it. It's so good. Like, it's Drag Race is like Drag Race, and I would say Tiffany Pollard, peak television. Like, peak reality television. Like, those two, like, characters, so fucking good. But yeah, Drag Race, it's on Netflix. Just watch it. Like, realistically, you can start any season, but the best season to start with, like, my recommendation is start with 5. 5 is very iconic. 5 is iconic for so many reasons. Like, you just have such a good fucking cast. And also, like, the challenges were pretty decent. Like, so many good lip syncs. Like, 5 is really, if you want, like, meme and, like, just cultural references, like, 5 is where you start. However, if you're just new to drag and you just kind of want to, you know, watch a really good, like, show and stuff, I would start with, probably either 10 or 12. Yeah, those two really fucking good seasons. Like, genuinely really good seasons. Like, RuPaul loves the whole cast. Like, and you could see that. The drag is just so high class, so elevated, so beautiful. All the jokes and the challenges were pretty fucking good. Like, if you want, like, very modern drag, then, like, definitely go for those seasons. But if you want, like, kind of, not peak Drag Race, but, like, kind of creme de la creme, like, culturally, start with season 5. So fucking good. And then just go up or down. Like, all of them, all the seasons are iconic in their own ways, but especially those earlier seasons, it's just what is happening, the drama, the looks, the gags, it's so fucking good. And then next we can do, again, with like kind of more reality TV show, Total Drama Island. Total Drama Island is so hilarious. I remember fucking watching it when I was like 7 on like fucking, what is it, like Teletoon, like Total Drama Island, and oh my god, 16, 2 amazing fucking shows. Total Drama Island ages really well, where it's just the comedy, just like the way it's just just the concept is already hilarious, where it's like the pseudo like reality TV as a cartoon. So obviously you're just allowed to go balls to the walls, like nuts, and all the characters are pretty iconic, like Duncan, Lashana, Gwen, like all iconic characters in their own right. Fucking corny, all iconic. Just watch Total Drama Island. All the other seasons kind of go downhill. So does Chris, and his mental sanity. But the first season, Total Drama Island, so fucking good, so creme de la creme. 16, just going off it, it's on my list, but I love 16. I frequently rewatch it. It's so good. Like, how, like, it's just peak Canadian TV, where it's like, you know, just diversity, just kind of more raunchy jokes, like, out there, not even out there, but like, you know, kind of a little bit more raunchy jokes. Yeah, 16, it's just about 6 teenagers working at the mall. And that's it. But you know what? All the characters have very distinct personalities. They all have flavor. The plots are wild. And it's just fun. Like, it's just such a fun show. The jokes age well. You know, there's some, if you rewatch it, there's some LGBTQ activity going on. Like, so fucking good. Nikki Wong is iconic. Nikki Wong was Bisexual Awakening. Like, so fucking good. What a queen. My next show would be Avatar. What else is to say about Avatar other than it's amazing? That's it. Like, just watch it. Like, the original, like, those 3 seasons were honestly peak TV. Like, peak fucking TV. It was a Nickelodeon show. Usually, like, that shit doesn't go that well, but, like, peak TV. Like, Avatar is so good. You can watch it as a child. You can watch it as an adult. Like, so it ages. The themes, the animation, the characters, like, the actual setting, like, everything about it ages perfectly to a T. And you can just tell that, like, everybody in that cast, all of, like, the producers, all the animators, like, really, they put their heart into it, and it shows. And it's just so amazing. So fucking amazing. Next one is Umbrella Academy. Umbrella Academy, it's just fucking fun. Like, it's just fun. I'm so excited for season 3 to come out. It's basically about, like, a family who has superpowers, and they're all, like, kind of adopted. They're all raised as siblings, and yeah, they just have superpowers, and they're just, 1, dealing with their own shit, and 2, just kind of, you know, dealing with the overall, like, the world is ending, and they kind of have to help stop that, but at the same time, they were the ones that caused it. It's a mess. You can tell, again, with, like, Umbrella Academy, you could just tell that, like, the whole cast wants to be there. Like, everybody is having fun. Elliot Page, iconic. Robert Sheehan's is in it, so you automatically have to watch it, because it's Robert fucking Sheehan. Like, come on. Misfits, iconic. But yeah, Umbrella Academy, it's just fun. It's fun, it's kooky, it's camp. The writing is pretty decent, like, the overall plot, like, it's just fun. Like, none of the siblings have brain cells, and you could just tell. The only one that has brain cells is 5. Like, you could just tell it's just fun. The characters make sense. The powers are fun. Like, Klaus, iconic. Like, it's just fun. Yeah, so if you want to, like, something to, like, use your brain cells, I wouldn't do Umbrella Academy. Like, it's just fun. That's all I have to say. Next, Parks and Rec. Chris Pratt doesn't age well, but, like, as a person, he's not that great. But on this show, I have a soft spot for Chris Pratt because of this show, and Parks and Rec is so fucking fun. Like, I love how all the characters in that show are literally just dramatized versions of themselves, of the actors in real life. Like, I just love it. It's just fun. It's iconic. You have so many seasons to, like, go into. Like, honestly, I would start with season 1 just for, like, you know, context and stuff. But, like, season 1 is definitely, like, where, like, very, like, office-y, like, the Office kind of vibes, where it's, like, it's trying not to be, like, too on the nose and stuff. But you can clearly see that, like, later on in the seasons, like, it stands on its own. So if you're, like, I would say, like, you know, if you really want to start with Parks and Rec, like, you just want to jump in right into the jokes, start with the season where Ben comes. Ben and Chris, iconic duo. I love Ben Wyatt so fucking much. Like, I love him. He's just a weird little gremlin nerd man, and he's so supportive. Him and Leslie, power couple. But yeah, like, if you really just want to start off with the jokes, like, right away, start with when Ben comes. I think it's, like, season 2. It's either beginning of season 2 or ending of season 2. Like, that's where he comes in. And then it just goes up from there. Like, it's so fucking good. All the characters are hilarious. The writing is really well. Ron Swanson, iconicness. I love Ron Swanson. I wouldn't like him in real life, but on this show, he's fucking great. Like, love Ron Swanson. Next, Bojack Horseman. If you like depression and animal puns, watch Bojack. That's all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know. But, like, genuinely, like, it just takes mental health and just being, like, just being a person and dealing with trauma to just a whole nother level. And the way that they're able to articulate it and just show it on essentially a cartoon of, like, you know, a dog next to you, like Mr. Peanut Butter. I love him. I don't know why people hate Mr. Peanut Butter, but he's just fun. Like, I love him. But, like, you know, just the way that they're able to articulate and just, you know, put out, like, this is what it means to be a good person, this is my trauma, and this is how it has affected me. The way they did intergenerational trauma and just mental health in general, and just knowing the fact that, like, I like how the thing about Bojack is that, like, as a character, as a show, like, none of the characters, like, when they do something, their actions have consequences. While, like, I guess, like, other, like, kind of, like, sitcom, like, TV shows or just cartoons, like, you could do whatever you want, and, like, you know, there's no, like, continuality. But in Bojack, it just makes you, like, the actions he does in season 2 or season 1 or season 3, they follow him, like, throughout, like, they catch up to him, and you can just see, like, his almost downfall, but in a realistic way. And it's just sad, like, because it's genuinely just, like, you want to root for him, you want to root for Will Arnett, you want to root for all the characters, and then they just do shit, and it's just, like, you have to accept that they're a bad person. And it's just, I could go on a whole nother rant about Bojack Horseman and how much this show means to me, but it's just genuinely such a good fucking show. Prepare to cry, prepare, like, all types of just, like, thoughts that will keep you up at night. Also prepare for, like, animal puns. Like, the comedy really does hit. Like, some of the jokes are genuinely, like, really funny. It's a critique of Hollywood, a critique of, like, making fun of itself. Like, everybody's an animal. Like, it's just fucking fun, but also really fucking sad. And then finally, on this long ass fucking video, oh my god, this video is 30 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna hurry this up. Dairy Girls. British humor once again slaps again. Dairy Girls is about just this group of like teenage friends. I'd say girls, but James. Just this group of like teenage girls, and they're just like exploring being a teenager, you know, just want to do stupid shit, you know, go to prom, go on vacation, just be an individual by wearing denim jackets. It's placed in the 90s, you know, so they have like their political and religious differences with like Ireland and then also like England and stuff. The show like heavily touches on that, so you don't forget the setting, but that's why the grim setting with the girls just genuinely being girls and just having fun, it's just that stark contrast where it's just like, and the way that they handle it, just such a grim setting with such like fun and comedy, it's really amazing. Like all the jokes fucking hit, all the characters are hilarious, like genuinely, like all the characters are so like right from episode 1, all the characters are so established that if you take them into another show or in a completely different situation, you can see the way that they would react. And it's just fucking fun. Like, Claire is hilarious. Sister Michael, fucking hilarious. Creme de la creme of comedy. Like, it's just such a good show about, like, overall just, like, female, like, just friendship. Specifically around, like, female friendship, but also just, like, friendship in general. And just wanting to have fun and just be a teenager, but, you know, not having the ability or, like, freedom that, like, you know, TV shows make it seem like you have. And then just start that with like such like a grim like story, and like all the adults like kind of knowing what's actually happening and like genuinely thinking about it, and then you just, you know, like kind of see like it cuts to a different scene of like just the girls dancing and like just being fun, and it's just such a good show. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, there's critiques of, like, religion. There's critiques about, like, everything. Just, like, social norms. It's just fun. There's some LGBTQ, like, shit happening. Like, it's just such a good fucking show. And, yeah. This video is 30 minutes. So, if you made it this far, good job. But, yeah. This is my list of TV shows that slap. I didn't include a lot of cartoons or anime in here because, I don't know, I feel like I should just make a whole new video about that. But yeah, these are some bingeable creme de la creme TV shows. Go watch them. So fucking good. Okay, bye.